Good morning, everybody. Right, another project, number 18 on the series. Get some dancing, get some yoga, loosen those limbs, get a bit of stretching going. There we go. Right, so out here I've got a combination of scrap wood. Some of it's for burning. I'm just going to chop some up, but it drives me mad chopping wood up. I hate chopping it up. I know it'll go for kindling for log burner when it comes to winter, but there's just something sacred about wood, and I don't know what it is. It's doing me head in. Let's get making something instead. Right, let's get on with it. So today I'm going to do two projects with this. Really easy, basic projects. But this is all about using your scrap wood. Costs you absolute no money, apart from your time. Let me get that in there before somebody starts screaming at me. But if you're just an hobby woodworker, these are ideal. One's super decorative and one is super functional. And I love for out the back. You'll see what it is. I'll tell you halfway through anyway. So yeah, let me know where you're all from. Your support is always appreciated. I always tell you that. So I'm just going in here with a nice easy cut with my marquita. Just measuring up. Forget what the dimensions are here. There's no point in putting a cut list with this. I will start doing these all cut lists eventually. As I get more into the YouTube swing of things, doing cut lists and all this kind of stuff. It's just that with this scrap wood project, in my opinion, it's open to interpretations anyway. So if I'm just sort of showing you on the video how I go about making them, I think that's more beneficial to everybody. But if you don't agree with me, let me know and I will look into it quicker to put the cut list up. And if anybody wants to know the dimensions of these what I'm making, please feel free to comment. I do get back and I'll gladly send you over the dimensions. It's not a problem. I'm not being lazy. I just, as and when I get used to YouTube, you'll know what I mean. I'm trying to better each video as I go along. It looks like my fingers are super close there, but they're not. So this project, I started off with one design and then I quickly changed my mind halfway through because I cut the wood, and what happened is I went away from it, had a cup of coffee, something to eat, and when I come back, I totally forgot how it went together. And for the life of me, it was like a Chinese puzzle. I just could not get it looking right, and I weren't happy with it anyway. So I'm glad I made the change. So these are like buttons I had ripped down from another project, from the planter project I had, which you've probably seen. And if you want to go and watch all my easy woodworking project videos, I've put them on a playlist. I think it's called a playlist, where you can go and binge watch them. Get yourself some popcorn, drink a wine, a beer, or if you don't drink like me, a nice glass of water or fresh orange, and go and watch them. And if there's anything you want to see me doing or making, please let me know. I'm more than happy to listen to every suggestion. Like I say, this is all a learning curve to me, this YouTube, and I need to know your thoughts, because as long as people keep telling me what they want, I can make these videos better and to suit everyone. The only thing I won't compromise on is I'll never be a fake. I've got to keep it real. I see too many fake videos about, and I need to keep it real for you, because I know everybody out there that's beginner woodworking, you see all these videos and they've got all these expensive show-off tools and all that kind of stuff. That's not the real world for me. I'm just a guy that lives on a street. So this table saw here is my new DeWalt table saw. I absolutely love it. I've been saving up a while for it. Yeah, I have to save up for stuff, believe it or not. My other one was just really dangerous. But this is a stock blade that's in here. Now what you do if you're a beginner and you go and buy a table saw, try and save up for the best one you can afford. I know not everybody can afford one like this, but if you can, do so, because you get better features, better build quality. And it was between this and another brand I was gonna get, but I just opted for the DeWalt because I do like the DeWalt brand. So I'm just going through, just keeping some force on the top and just a little bit to the side there. And like I say, this comes with a stock blade. Now what you get with DeWalt is the stock blade is quite good, to be perfectly honest with you. When you do get a table saw, they usually come with rubbish blades, but like I say, this one, it's a good blade. So just take your time with the table saw. Really take your time, because it'll have no problems taking your hand off. So just take your time and keep them fingers away. I sort of give myself a bit of an exclusion zone, like a imaginary circle sort of around that blade, where I won't put my hands over that. It's there, it's in my head, and I won't do it. I just don't take the risk. And if you notice from the video, I'm just stood slightly left of centre, and that's just because if I do get any kickback, it's going to go past me, and I've got a wall behind me, so it'll hit the wall. You can get nasty injuries from kickback. A lot of the more experienced guys will say that, tell you the same thing, and accidents can happen at a blink of an eye. So just be super vigilant. And if you're struggling with a table saw or any bladed tool, just ask more experienced people. They're more than happy to give you advice and tips. That's how I done it. I asked people, and people are only too willing to help. You get some idiots out there that sort of try and take the piss out of you, but don't worry about them. You know, just ignore them, and you just do what you want to do and enjoy your woodworking. So here I go again. I'm just marking out for, I think this is the second project. Little speed square there. That was an inexpensive tool. I got off Banggood. I use it all the time. Really cool thing. I always using it, always. Yeah, I really need to give you these dimensions and stuff as I'm doing these videos. Let me know what you think. I think I talk too much as it is, but there you go. So here's where I don't want to get my hands too close to the blade of the miter saw. So I'm clamping it down. Luckily I've got a clamp with this miter saw, and I try to keep my hands well clear, and that clamp there is an absolute godsend. I can make the cut. Now if you feel unsure about any cut, do not make the cut. Find another way to cut that wood. Don't. If your gut feeling is telling you no, follow your gut. Don't do it. So I'm just trying to get things super accurate here. See, when you start chopping this wood up, this scrap wood, it's surprising what you can do with it. A lot of my projects are all offcuts and scrap wood and that kind of stuff. And let me know where you're all planning on selling your items. Are you all planning on selling them on Facebook Marketplace, Etsy, eBay? Have you got websites? Let me know. So I'm just taking my time, making sure everything's right. And I'll just double check I've got everything correct in the right position. Now I'm confident I can make that cut. Now you notice I've got my dust extractor hooked up there. I mean, it doesn't take all the dust away, but what it does, it takes sort of half of it away. And I will be looking, when I sort this under this carport area out, as and when I get the insides of my house done, because I'm currently doing a bit of an house renovation at the same time. I'm just sanding here using a 180 grit to get all the nips and splinters off, and I'm using my Max T 150mm sander, which is another piece of, I saved up for. It's really good. There you go. So Max T, if anybody wants to go and buy one, I purchased mine off Amazon. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a load of videos. I've got a massive back garden, and a lot of you know that I'm an antiques dealer. And I had a lot of trouble with the warehouse I was trading from. to do with the local authority and stuff like that. I'll go into that in another video, but we've decided to do things a little bit differently, and I want to get into a lot of the garden antiques and stuff like that. So I've got a massive garden. I'm going to do a series of me doing the garden up. I've never done gardening in my life, so it should be good for a laugh, because if somebody gets what my humour's like sometimes, I don't know whether to do voiceover on it like I'm doing here, or do it sort of a live sort of as I'm going on, but I can be measured how I speak here. Sometimes I've got a problem with, I say things and then think, oh God, I shouldn't have said that. So always pilot drill your holes, especially on thin wood and near the ends of wood. This is a drill countersink pilot bit, and I'm going in here with 40mm screws. You don't need any glue with this. This piece is just sitting indoors for what it is. You can glue it if you want. You can just use, always use Tight Bond 2 for inside and Tight Bond 3 for outside, but there's other glues available, cheaper brands which are probably just as good. It's just habit with me that I buy that glue. I'm just going in here, just taking my time. I'm sort of in no rush doing this job, sort of quite enjoying it. But like I said, there's 2 projects I'm on with this one, and it's all scrap and offcuts. I don't like using the word scrap because it's never scrap wood, but it's just offcuts from other projects you've seen me making. So I'm just going in here again with a cut. Love me Makita. Makita, somebody called it the finger eater. Then I got a comment saying, you better watch for wishful thinking or something like that. So I might rename it something else. I've actually got a sticker coming for it saying Makita the finger eater. But I'm attempting fate, I don't know. So all I'm doing here is I'm lining stuff up by eye. It's a rustic sort of look I'm after anyway. Really, I could have done with doing it a bit more rustic looking than what I'm doing. I make it look sort of too contemporary for me. I like the rustic look, especially with bits of scrap wood, pallet wood. I've not really done any pallet projects yet. I will do some pallet projects. Maybe some garden furniture, bigger projects I get into, and I hope you can come on that journey with me. So yeah, if you can support the channel by subscribing, that'd be fantastic. Leave us a comment and a like, the usual spiel that you hear everybody else saying. But I'm doing this because I love this, and you know, I know a lot of people are getting something out of these videos. YouTube's something I never thought I'd do, but I'm really enjoying it. And I hope you're all enjoying it. So let me know if you are, and what I could do to improve, like I've asked. So here I'm just making a mark, freehanding this, where I want to cut out. This is a bit of, I think it's a bit of 4x1 that was ripped down. So my lesson learned here, I got a comment saying people heard me moaning about the jigsaw. I hate the jigsaw, and a guy commented, I forget his name, so I do apologise, and he said, let the saw do the cutting and don't put pressure on. And I've been doing that, and you know, it is really working for me. I know I've got to get better at it. As you can see there, I've probably chopped into the table a bit, but this is an old table anyway, don't worry about that. What it is with a jigsaw, I just think I'm thinking too much. I just overthinking with a jigsaw, and I shouldn't really. I should just enjoy it. So I'm just marking up here for some holes. Just using my little Starrett square on this one. It was one I had to hand. I could have used my speed square. But I quite like this. I've been buying a few of this brand, this Starrett brand. I think it's a US company and they sell in the UK. I think so, might be wrong, but everything seems to be super accurate, and my jigsaw blades really good. So when you're drilling through a biggish hole as well, make sure you punch them holes. It'll stop drift. What'll happen is sometimes you can get drift, especially on soft wood, where you go to drill in, if you don't put that hole in and you drill, it'll slightly drift away to one side. Sometimes you don't even know it's doing it, but you look at it and you think, how's that got out of you know, line or whatever? And it's because of drift. Other people call it different things, but I call it drift. So I'm going in here with a Forstner bit. This is a 10mm Forstner bit. Put something behind it just to stop the tear out. What I mean by tear out is you often get it where it'll just blow the back of the wood out, and this just sort of helps that, and in 9 times out of 10 stops it. Get yourself some good quality Forstner bits. You can get hoodwinked into buying Forstner bits that are cheap. Please don't, because you'll just keep on having to buy them. They're my Forstner bits. I've got a set of them, and they're lasting really well. So there's no rhyme or reason here how I'm marking this out. All I want to do is cut an hole straight in the centre. And you can see there at the back I use all my scrap wood where I've been cutting plugs. I tend to do that, and then I try and get all my use out the wood before it goes on the kindling pile or the log pile. So again, I'm sorry about the way my hands look as well. The arthritis is playing up there. So if the bigger the bit with the Forstner bit, just try and go slow. I'm getting used to this drill, so keeping that bit slower is hard. I could have done this on the drill press, but I wanted to show it you with a drill. Try and keep nice and level as well, and just take your time, go through it nice and slowly. There you go. So I'm just punching out for some more holes here, and as you could probably say, this part of the project, you could probably guess by now what it is. It's going to be, obviously you can tell, you know, you're not daft, it's a bird box, but it's just using scrap wood, a really basic bird box. But if you're a beginner and you're getting into woodwork, just make these. You can sell them, you know, you can sell them, put them in your garden. Make sure you take really nice pictures and get them on the internet and get them sold. Even your friends and family will buy these. Do a bit of research on the size of holes for different species of birds wherever you are in the world. Shelley was telling me, oh no, you need a bigger hole for this, you need a bigger hole for that, but if I left it to her, we'd have seagulls and God knows what in the garden. So like I said, this is just proper basic stuff, this, but for a beginner, it's a good little learning exercise, because you're cutting angles, you're drilling and countersinking, you're doing quite a lot of technical stuff on it, which you'll find super easy, and it'll give you the confidence to go on to slightly bigger projects. So just try it. So I'm just going over here, I've glued everything, and I've put some plugs in here because I've screwed everything down, but you can pin these with brad nailer nails or whatever you want to do. It's just that I just want this to, I'm just like that, I just like things to last. So I think the hole I've cut on this one was 30mm, and I think that is for, in the UK is, I'm not sure, I can't remember now off the top of my head, but I did look it up, but I think it was for starlings and something like that. Now I've made another one which I'll show you then another time while I was doing this project out of some more scrap, which I've not done on this video, which is for like blue tits, robins and sort of stuff like that. I'm just putting a little bit of a mount on because I'm going to mount this on a back fence outside. And you'll see that at the end of the video. take your time. Take your time. I'm just going in with the 40mm screws again. Don't need to glue this back bit on. I should have done really, but it's just I'm just doing this for the video. I just had a bit of scrap left over from the scrap. Let's go in, make sure it's level. Get yourself a little torpedo level. Ever so handy, them little tools. Yeah, and let me know where you're all from. I know I'm getting a lot of viewers from the US and the UK, some from Canada. I don't get many Aussies coming on. I don't know what I'm doing wrong to the Aussies. Whether it's Stanley coming out looking grumpy as ever. So in the description there'll be support links as well if you want to support by using Patreon and buy me a coffee in the Amazon wishlist thing. You can go on there and do all them. Comment, like and share where you can. It'll help us grow. Everything we sort of get from them free links, everything goes back into wood, tools and making videos bigger and better. So Shelley is here staining the other projects what I'm doing, which is a little stand for putting little plants in and stuff like that, and you can use it as like a little herb garden in your kitchen. She's put succulent plants in, so she's going over here this one with an outdoor fence paint, which we've had a look into it, and it's friendly for wildlife and birds and that kind of stuff, and it's a nice colour. It's the same one we used on the planters, and it's really good quality stuff. It goes on nice and thick. Because it's a garden item, I don't have to really worry how good the finish is on it, really. As long as there's no runs and drips on it, that's good enough. So I think all in all, this had about 3 coats in the end, because we wanted it to last. And here's the first one finished. They're them little succulent plants that are in it. We've added some rope to it. Let me know what you think about it. But like I say, this is scrap. What can you get for it in your local area? Take really nice pictures and a nice write-up with it. You can make money out of it, really, can't you? There's no way you can lose on it. You can batch these out as well. Really easy to do. And there's the birdhouse, completely dry. And I've just mounted it to the back garden fence there. It's basic, but it's a little money spinner. And they look nice for gifts and stuff like that. If you're a bit short of money and you want to give gifts away for Christmas and you've got all that scrap wood, these are ideal. So anyway, thanks for watching and supporting my channel, and I will see you Wednesday evening with another video. Bye for now.